You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Let's talk about today's sponsor, Javy Coffee. Javy Coffee is the way I love to start off my morning. I work very, very hard for you guys to put out the best content possible. And I get my energy from Javy Coffee. Would you like to have that same energy that I have every single morning? Well, you should try Javy Coffee. And for you guys, you can actually get 3 bottles of Javy Coffee for only $16.95 per unit. Each bottle contains 30 servings. It will save you so much money from going to your local coffee shop. And by the way, folks, it actually tastes even better. You can use sugar. You can use monk fruit. I'm a low-carb person. I don't like the carbs. This is keto friendly. And guys, it is super easy to make. Just put water in your cup, add 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of Javy Coffee, mix it up, use whipped cream, sugar, monk fruit, whatever. And folks, it tastes absolutely amazing. So check out the link in the description or the pinned comment and get Javy Coffee delivered to you today. Black and white sports fans, I must admit, this probably took a little bit longer to actually get out there in the mainstream media than what I actually expected. Brittney Griner still locked up in Russian prison. And all of a sudden now, guys, NBC News, NBC fake news, is now going after Trump supporters when it comes to Brittney Griner. There is a hit piece out there on Trump supporters when it comes to Brittney Griner. NBC News has now invoked the name of Donald Trump into this whole Brittney Griner situation. Folks, check out this article here. Trump's GOP adds insult to injury as Brittney Griner remains jailed in Russia. Republicans, like Russia, seek to capitalize on the suffering of minorities for political gain. This is absolute fake news here, because one of the first lines in this article, folks, is complete fake news. It is a false narrative, and it has been debunked because NBC News in this article at the beginning states that Brittney Griner is wrongfully detained. This is a lie. We all know it's a lie, folks. She pleaded guilty. Brittney Griner pleaded guilty to bringing drugs into Russia. But like the leftist media, Brittney Griner is some type of a hero now. The left loves lawbreakers. They really, really do. This WNBA player broke the law. And this is not her first run-in with the law. She was arrested for domestic violence back in 2015. But these are the kind of people that the mainstream media wants to uplift. These are the kind of black people that they love. But it says here, on the morning of July 7th, the wrongfully detained WNBA star Brittney Griner pleaded guilty to the charges she is facing in Russia. Let that sink in, folks. She pleaded guilty in this sentence, and they have wrongfully detained yet again when Brittney Griner admitted that she brought in drugs. But let's move on. The most severe charge, equivalent to narcotics trafficking, carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Griner's 4.5-month counting detainment in Russia has highlighted critical differences between the Russian and American legal systems and salary imbalances between WNBA and NBA players. Folks, there is no salary imbalance. It's not. The NBA makes billions of dollars a year, whereas the WNBA loses millions of dollars a year. 26 years, the WNBA has never made a profit. This has nothing to do with salary. Brittney Griner gets, I believe, $228,000 a year from the WNBA, and that's still actually paying her salary right now, even though she's not playing. She's not playing. They're still paying her salary, and they are losing money. But it goes on. Adding insult to injury, her case is now being used by the GOP and its supporters to leverage black suffering for their political benefit and worse, amusement. Really? This is NBC News here. This is why people do not trust the mainstream media. trying to leverage black suffering. Folks, Brittney Griner has been playing in Russia for 7 years. 7 years. She knew the law. She decided to break the law. And folks, if I'm Brittney Griner, with the whole thing, everything that's going on over there, why would you even go over there? She was pretty clean for 7 years over there, but all of a sudden she decided, you know what? I think I should bring in drugs into this country. Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to do it. I broke the law, but I didn't mean to do it. Of course, people that break the law, they always say, I never meant to break the law. It goes on. Since Griner's arrest in Moscow in February, her plight has become a highly publicized piece of American domestic political discourse. Initially, Griner's family and team asked for privacy as they waited for the wheels of the State Department to work towards her release. Well, they did nothing. The Biden administration did absolutely nothing. That's why Brittney Griner's family, friends, WNBA will put in a bunch of pressure on Beijing Biden because he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything. And these are the people that supported Joe Biden, and he's done nothing for her. Nothing at all. And it says, yet in the past few weeks, as her family and supporters have increased their public pressure on the Biden administration for her freedom, Republicans and conservatives have started to take advantage of the situation. Fox News front page features stories on Griner's wife, Cheryl, with angles focusing on the Biden administration's perceived failures. Well, they haven't done anything. So that's why it was highlighted, because Brittney Griner and her wife were begging Joe Biden to do something, and Joe Biden wasn't doing anything. Republicans in Washington, meanwhile, have used her detainment to promote themselves, really, and their former boss, Donald Trump. You see, of course, they had to invoke the name of Donald Trump into this. Now, it says here the GOP members on the House Judiciary Committee tweeted an article on Phoenix Mercury coach Vanessa Nygaard, and then used Nygaard's comments to boast that Trump would have gotten Brittney Griner released faster. Yeah, she was talking about if this was LeBron James, he would be out already. Now, I will say this. We all know what Donald Trump did to get LiAngelo Ball and a couple other UCLA players out of China, and they were shoplifting. They were shoplifting in China. I believe they were detained for, I could be wrong about the time frame here, roughly like 3 days or so. And then Trump intervened and got him back home out of China. If it wasn't for Trump, right now, LiAngelo Ball would actually probably be in some Chinese prison labor camp making Nikes somewhere. And when it comes to ASAP Rocky, he intervened in that and got ASAP Rocky back. But in this article here, they talk about how ASAP Rocky said Trump didn't really do nothing. That's the angle that the dishonest media pushes out there. They hate Donald Trump so much, they don't want to give him credit for anything. And folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't expect you to see Brittney Griner come back home until the next administration. And if it's a Donald Trump, she'll probably come home under that administration, because Trevor Reed, granted, he was still over there doing Trump's time. Now, Trump, of course, can't get everybody out. But Putin has no respect for Joe Biden. The world has no respect for Joe Biden. So Joe Biden is incompetent. The world leaders know this. So all of the bargaining chips are going to be with Russia on this and not the United States. Let's just be clear about that. Not going to read this whole thing here, but near the end of this article here, it actually talks about this. They go into all kind of identity politics here. It says, in reality, she is representative of multiple demographics targeted by the GOP. Black Americans. Last time I checked, I believe the Klan was targeting Black Americans, and that's a bunch of Democrats. LGBTQ individuals and women. It is not a coincidence that cynical GOP tweets about Griner garner responses that are anti-Black, anti-gay, anti-trans. This is kind of funny, guys, considering that Donald Trump, when he came into the White House, He was the first president ever that was actually pro-gay marriage. The left savior, Barack Hussein Obama, was completely against that. Beijing Biden, he was completely against it too. You see, guys, these people, man, cannot get Donald Trump off their minds. And they had to bring Trump into this. But this is the dishonest mainstream media. They probably know that Joe Biden is probably not going to do anything to actually help Brittney Griner come back. So now they got to attack GOP and conservatives and Donald Trump. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.